Have you ever looked at the logo and thought there's a hidden message somewhere in it?
The year was 2009. Tropicana, the juice company, did something normal. They swapped an image of an orange with a straw with a picture of a glass of juice, and within weeks, sales plummeted by 20%.
Tropicana dropped its well-known carton that we've seen for years, the one showing an orange with a straw in it, and instead opting for a more understated look. Apparently, many consumers hated it, and Tropicana's feeling the squeeze. Lolo Oganaki has more this morning.
The new packaging is terrible. Terrible.
The company lost over $30 million. We have seen billion-dollar companies lose massive market share overnight simply because they change a font. We have seen petitions with thousands of signatures demanding a company revert a design change. It begs the question, why do people lose their mind over a JPEG file? This isn't about the juice. It's about why you felt genuine rage when Instagram moved the notification button. It's about why the new Gap logo felt like an insult. This isn't an art critic. It's a psychological failure analysis. The problem isn't that the logos look bad. It's that they break a silent contract. We aren't here to talk about which logos look pretty. We are here to ask, why does your brain treat a visual change as a personal threat?
Oh, hell no!
And why does a good logo cost billions of dollars to get it right?
It's gonna happen.
It turns out the answer starts long before modern marketing. It starts in the cave. We tend to think we like curves because they are friendly. But let's go deeper. This isn't art. This is evolutionary memory. Your brain learned this long before language existed for 200,000 years. Humans survived by quickly decoding shapes. Curves meant safety. The bend of a river meant water. The curve of a fruit meant food. The shape of a human body meant tribe. Angles, on the other hand, means danger. The thorn of a bush, the jagged edge of a rock, the tooth of a predator. This is why ancient weaponry, spears, arrowheads, relied on the triangle. It creates a psychological impact of piercing, of aggression. And this is exactly why McDonald's pulls off the ultimate psychological trick. In the 1960s, McDonald's actually considered changing their logo. They hired a design psychologist named Louis Cheskin, and he told them to stop immediately. Louis Cheskin didn't see a letter M. He saw a biological trigger. He argued that those rounded curves bypass the logic center of the brain and went straight to the part of you that craves a mother's nurturing.
Oh, hell no!
Like seriously, they paid this Cheskin guy to tell them don't change your logo because they look like boobs.
Now, you don't have to believe in Freud for this to work. The brain craves nurturing and sustenance. It equates soft with safe. Before you even have a conscious thought biologically, this isn't just a burger joint, it's mom. Contrast that with a sports car. A brand like Lamborghini needs the aggression of the spear to sell you power. If they use a soft maternal circle like McDonald's, your primitive brain wouldn't believe the car was fast. But geometry is only the baseline. The real weapon is when a logo hides a secret in plain sight. Your brain is a pattern matching machine. When it solves a puzzle, you get a hit of dopamine. Brands use this to trick you into feeling smart. Enter FedEx.
Want to work here? What really makes you think you deserve a job here?
Well, sir, I think on my feet I'm good at figures and I have a sharp mind.
Excellent. Can you start on Monday?
Yes, sir, absolutely, without hesitation.
In conclusion, Jim, Bill, Bob, call Fred, Load, Dork, Abe, and Ted. Businesses, we've got to get to work, so let's get to work. Thank you for taking the meeting. Petey, you did a bang-up job. I'm putting you in charge of Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh, perfect.
I know it's perfect, Peter. That's why I picked Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh. Seconds.
Can you wait 15 seconds?
I'll wait 15 seconds.
Congratulations on your...
Funny that can keep up with it all.
You got a deal. Good. I'm putting you down to deal.
Federal Express.
but it absolutely positively has to be there overnight.
You have seen their trucks 1,000 times, but have you ever really looked at their logo? At the space between the E and the X. There's a perfect white arrow created entirely by negative space. It's not an accident. It subliminally suggests forward motion, speed, and precision. You might not consciously see it every time, but your brain registers the direction. We have always thought that sleek, thin lines represent speed, but the FedEx logo is bold and fat. So, how can this artist, Lyndon Leader, made our subconscious think that FedEx is fast and precise? He tapped to our subconscious minds, hiding a plain arrow in the negative space. So, by tapping into our subconscious minds, he made us think that FedEx
Is fast.
And then there is Toyota. Most people just see a stylized T, or maybe a globe. But it's actually a puzzle. The 3 overlapping ellipses in the Toyota logo are designed so that you can actually spell out every single letter of the brand name, Toyota, using just the shapes inside the symbol. It rewards your brain for paying attention. And now that you have seen it, can you ever unsee it? However, the most powerful tool isn't hidden in arrows or Freudian curves. It is familiarity. There's a reason you gravitate toward the same brand even if a competitor is objectively better designed. Your brain is a calorie-conserving machine. Processing new visual information requires energy. Processing a known symbol is free. Your brain is lazy, and that's a good thing. We have actually discussed this in our previous video about how our brains are lazy, so if you want, you can just check it out. I can link it in the description or pin it in the comments below. When a major brand redesigns itself, it doesn't just look different. It breaks your cognitive shortcut. Let's go back to that Tropicana disaster.
Eric branded that they had switched it up on me. It's just funny. You realize how subliminal advertising is because something didn't seem right to me. I couldn't find, wait, where does it say pulp free? Where does it say some pulp?
Why did sales crash? It's just juice, right? Wrong. Inside the grocery store, the human brain wasn't reading the word Tropicana. It was scanning the aisles for the orange with a straw.
What is it about this that has caused such a furor? What's wrong with the new packaging?
Well, they had a perfectly wonderful package. The straw is coming out of the orange. What says purity more than the straw going straight into the orange? And then they put this glass of what looks like kind of diluted orange something, and it just doesn't look as healthy. It doesn't look as pure. The other thing is, if you want to find out if there's pulp or calcium, you gotta read fine print. It used to be you walk by and it went, no pulp, some pulp, calcium with pulp. Now it's somewhere calcium, somewhere. That's what people want to know.
When the visual cue vanished, the brain registered it as a risk. It said, I don't know this. This might be fake. This might be dangerous.
They don't want to know it's 100% juice. What else could it be?
To your caveman brain, the orange with a straw wasn't a drawing. It was a reliable source of sugar and survival. When that image vanished, your brain didn't think rebrand, it thought famine. It thought the safe food source is gone.
I think it's interesting, especially right about now, that consumers are worried about something that appears to be on the surface so frivolous. Who cares about the packaging?
Here's the point. People feel powerless. They feel like they can't control anything. They can't control the state of the economy. They can't control the housing crisis. But they can control what's on the package of their orange juice. So they can go in, they can write in, they can blog, and you know what? It gets changed, and people feel empowered.
That anxiety you felt, that's your survival instinct panicking. This is why most powerful brands rarely change. They understand that familiarity is a form of psychological dependency. When you see that script font or those golden arches, you get a hit of dopamine before you even buy the product. It's not loyalty, it's withdrawal. Of a sudden change feels like a betrayal. Finally, let's talk about the hierarchy of design. Why do some logos look expensive while others look cheap? It comes down to the art of silence. In the social hierarchy, the person who screams the loudest is usually the one with the least power. The person who whispers and expects everyone to listen is the one in charge. Low-cost brands use complex, loud logos because they are insecure. They are desperate for your attention. They need to explain what they sell immediately.
Hey, guy, you're the first serious gamer I've seen all morning.
The pepperoni stuff too. Advertising. We all know it when we see it, whether it's in print or on television.
It's not great as a user experience, though. I'm getting Google now and Amazon, where if I want to actually find what like the best product is, I have to get sponsored, but okay, all the way down here at the end of the page, item number 13.
With social media, it's not so clear, and neither are the rules. Consumers can easily be fooled.
While high-end brands use negative space, they strip away the noise. Look at a brand like Chanel or Mercedes. Their logos are often incredibly small, floating in vast white space. Why? Because wealth doesn't need to explain itself. A minimalist logo signals confidence. It says, we assume you already know who we are. The breeding room is a design. It says, we assume you already know who we are. The breeding room in a design isn't just aesthetic, it's a flex. It shows that the brand can afford to waste space. Complexity screams insecurity. Silence reads as power. And good designers talk to your subconscious mind. So why do some things just look so good? It's not because you have refined taste. It's not because the designer is an artist. It's because the logo tricked your biology. It used the hidden arrow of FedEx to imply speed. It used the Freudian curves of McDonald's to make you feel safe. It used familiarity to bypass your critical thinking. And it used simplicity to signal high status. Brands aren't competing for your artistic appreciation. They are competing for your cognitive ease.
The best logos reduce thinking, reduce risk, and reduce effort. In the end, you didn't choose these logos, your brain did. And when a logo feels right, it's simply because it costs your brain nothing to process it. That relief, that is the real luxury.
Now that you know the trick, you'll never look at a logo the same way again. Welcome to Inside the BUYMIND.